get back on the saddle this midweek, taking on Rotherham at Ewood Park, looking for that elusive first win in 3 games. Can we get it, Tony? Can we get it? We'll take a little look next. I'm looking forward to Blackburn Rovers match up against Rotherham at Ewood Park. Here, we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. The games are coming thick and fast, boys and girls. We'll get it all here under one Ruski. That's right, of course. Yes, Rotherham, the latest visitors to Ewood Park. Rovers looking for their first win in 3. Can we get back to winning ways? In fact, it's actually probably first win in like 4, of course. 3 games without a win, drawing to Brentford, losing to Bristol City, and losing to Norwich. But of course, they were the big boys. These are a team that are probably going to be struggling towards the back end of the season. But it's okay. Let's get into it, take a little look at it, and how we all going to get, see if we can get anything out of this big fat one. Here we bloody well go then. Of course, it's under the lights at Ewood Park this weekend. That's right, Rotherham, the visitors. Of course it is. In the Garden of Eden, that's right. Goodness gracious me. It's in the glorious, glorious stadium, and that is Ewood Park. Still no fans, still Tier 3. I don't know when that's going to get changed or revised, but as it stands, it's just going to be me and you watching this game. That's right, of course. Maybe some commentators, maybe some players on the pitch. We just don't know, of course. The tail of the tape heading into this, on average, over the past few games, the 18 games apiece so far this season. Rovers still banging in about 2 goals a game compared to just the 1 for Rotherham. 16 shots on average as well for Rovers, 2 yellow cards. We also pick up around about 5 corners per match, 12 fouls, 2 offsides, 53% aerial duel success rate, also doing very, very well possession-wise. On average, keeping about 55% possession, 79% pass success rate as well. That's Rovers' stats heading into this. Rotherham on the flip side, averaging about 11 shots per game, 2 yellow cards as well. Similar amount of corners, 5 as well. They also pick up about 16 fouls as well. 2 occasionally offside. 48% success rate, aerial duels, 46% possession, and 61% pass success rate, of course. Let's take a look at some more stats and figures. On average, possession-wise, around the field, of course, Rovers preferring to coming down the flanks. 38% of all their attacks are coming down the right and the left-hand side, 25% down the throat. As for Rotherham, a little bit similar sort of figures here, but they prefer to come down the right-hand side. 39% of all their attacking avenues coming down the right, 36% down the left, 25% down the middle. Meanwhile, as for whereabouts in the field, 42% of all possession for Rovers in the middle third, 29% in the opposition third, and of course those numbers are starting to increase in the own third, 30% of possession with the defenders there. Meanwhile, as for Rotherham, similar sort of numbers as well, 43% of possessions in the middle third, 24% going forward, 24% is in their defensive third, which is good. It means they're trying to get the ball forward, and 33% in the opposition third. So about 76% of all their possession is not in their own half there, or their third, should I say. Kicking off forward, let's take a look at some of the shots. 56% of all shots for Rovers are in the 18-yard box, 39% outsiders, that's long-range bad balls, and 5% is in the Bradley Dacarino area, and hopefully we'll get him very, very back very, very soon, of course. As for Rotherham, 7% in the 6-yard area, 55% middle ground shots, their 18-yard area, and 38% long-range bad boys. As for where the shot direction, 64% down your throat. That's, of course, Rovers with 20% down the left and 17% down the right. As for Rotherham, 78% right down the middle, 11 down the left, and 10 down the right, of course, heading into this. Got the goals, of course, Rovers banging in about 32 goals. In fact, they have banged in 32 goals this season, 23 through open play, 2 set pieces, 5 counter-attacks, 3 penalties as well. As for Rotherham, 17 for them, 7 through open play, 5 set pieces, that's a high number, 4 penalties as well, so 9 of their goals have come through set pieces of some way or form. 1 counter-attack, no own goals as of yet. Rovers banging in about 15.6 shots per game, 11.3 for our visitors, and also 1.8 goals per game for Rovers, and 0.9 for Rotherham, and 11% conversion rate for Rovers and 8% for Rotherham. As for the key men that will be deciding the play, of course, Adam Armstrong still scoring the goals. He's got a bit quiet at the moment. Ivan Toney's now outright leader in the Championship stakes. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Brad Johnson's got himself 3 goals. Gallagher's got 3, and Brereton's got 3, as does Harvey Elliott, who's knocking on the door there. As for the most yellows for Rovers, Brad Johnson's got himself 6, Lenihan 4, Rothwell 4. I think Tribal's got himself 3, and he could be back in for consideration as well. And Darren Lennon has picked up a red card so far. The key man pulling the strings, goals-wise, Goal-wise, there's the laddie Pat Bow. Has got himself 4 goals so far. He's a little youngster, a little bit of an unknown quantity for us. Crooks has got himself 3 goals. Barcelara's got 3 as well, and Smith has got 2. As for yellows, Iwanike's got himself 6. It looks like McDonald 4, Crooks 3, and Miller's got 3 as well. And McDonald and Miller have got themselves red cards to boot. Of course, let's take a close look at my expected starting lineups. Well, I've got a bit rogue on mine. I've gone a bit what I would want to see. And that's Kaminsky between 6. Amari Bell coming in for Douglas. Douglas it's just been a bit rusty. He does need the games on the belt, and he does need a bit more time to bed in, but we need the points. We need the points. We cannot rest on our laurels. So we've got a match fit, match hungry Amari Bell ready to a sluggish, not really match fit Barry Douglas, who supposedly can take a set piece. I'm going to go with Amari Bell right now because the performances have not been good. Lenihan, captain's armband usually, he's been a bit rough. I've never seen him this rough. Has he been swayed? Has he been pulled? Has he been tempted to do something else? Of course, he's a family man now. But I've gone with Williams and Ayala at the back just to give him a shot to see how it fares. It probably won't be this. Lenihan will probably play and Douglas will probably play. Mowbray will opt for the experienced heads. But for me, I would go with this. And of course, Ayala and Nyambe as well at the back 4. Then into the midfield trio, another drop for me. I've dropped Holtby on this one. I've not seen much of him, to be honest with you, to get me excited. So I've decided putting Stewart down for his first start since he's re-signed for Rovers. He's got the ability. He's not as fast, of course, but hey, is Lewis Holtby fast? To be honest with you, I don't know. But he's got vision and he can take a set piece. So that's something that we need in this team. The short corners, the bag of shite that we keep on seeing week in, week out is doing my nut in. It really is. Johnson's been one of my stars in midfield, of course, in the Travis absence. He's done okay. And of course, Rothwell. It's just a unique sort of player, you know. He doesn't deliver that much, but when you get him the ball to his feet, guess what? He can cause all kinds of problems. Gallagher, I guess, to be honest with you, that's the best we got up top at the moment. He's not delivering yet. He needs a couple of standout performances. He needs 2 or 3 goals more to get himself rocking and rolling. Adam Armstrong's had a bit of a blip as well. He needs to get back to scoring ways, and of course, Javier has been standout. He's been really good. I've been well impressed with him, and only 17 years of age, but too much responsibility on the young lad's shoulders. He needs to be able to have less pressure. But anyway, he seems to be taking to it well. As for Rotherham, they got Johansson between the sticks. They got Ikowekiwi, McDonald, and who's this guy? Wood at the back there. Barcelar and Crooks in midfield alongside Willers on the left-hand side. Olasunde on the right, Lindsay down the middle, and then we have Smith and Vassell up top. That's the team I think that won last time around against Bristol City, something that we failed to bloody do. Of course, let's take a look at that form heading into this. Rovers coming to this, like I said, without a win in 3. We were on the top of the form books not too long ago. It just goes to show how the Championship can flip-flop around, and we are in dire need of a result. So back-to-back defeats for Rovers, not good. Yeah, and then we forced a good old draw against Brentford. That was a good, solid result despite a draw. We also beat Millwall and also Barnsley last time out before Norwich at Ewood, of course. On the flip side, Rotherham coming to this, they're not the greatest bit of form. They went at least 4 games without a win, but they did do something we failed to do, and that was beat Bristol City 2-0 quite comfortably as well. So fair play to them. Let's kick on forward. Actually, let's take a look at the home versus away form here before we take a look at the structure in the form table. We have Rovers home form. Like I said, just 1 defeat the past 5. That's good. It's good. Hopefully we can just go over that little hiccup against Norwich and maybe get back to winning ways. Of course, on the flip side, Reading's away form is diabolical. As you can see, 6 defeats on the spin. But you know what that means? It's a win. The win is incoming. A win is incoming, and it could be against us this week at Ewood Park. Of course, let's take a look at that form table coming at you. Rovers now once top of the tops. Now they are down into 9th. Rotherham though, they're not doing too great. They're down 20th. That's home and away. How about the home form then, shall we? We're looking at Rovers form. We're 12th. It's not brilliant, really, but hey, you know, a couple of wins and we could be top of the pops with home form. As for Rotherham's home form, it's okay. It's actually better than ours at the moment, but we're not playing them at home, fortunately. We're playing them away, and their away form is shocking without a win in 6. So guess what? Wins incoming. Yes, it bloody is. And speaking of incoming, Rovers after this match will take on Stoke on the weekend, and it's a Boxing Day encounter. So get ready for your old Christmas hoodoo and all that kind of jazz against Sheffield Wednesday at Ewood, and then we go to Huddersfield. That's towards back in December. That's our last game of 2020. Thank heavens for that. Then, of course, into January against Birmingham. Then it's Doncaster Rovers, where Dacarino could be back. As for Rotherham, they'll take on Derby this weekend. A winnable game. But, of course, Derby scrapping for their lives. And it's hot to trot Middlesbrough away days, Boxing Day match for them. Then it's Barnsley. Then taking it on Cardiff as well as Everton in the FA Cup. Before we, in fact, just kick on into the recent encounters, let's take a look at realistically, of course, the men behind the scenes. Of course, Tony Mowbray for Rovers, Tony Warne for, is it Paul Warne? Sorry, Paul Warne for Tony Warne. I think he's a cricketer. But anyway, they've of course managed against each other a few times. I believe it's 4 times. Am I right? I'm just trying to confirm that. I believe it's 3. No, it's actually quite evens. I think it's a win apiece and a couple of draws. Just trying to find the number. Where are you? So there he is. Yeah, 1 win apiece between Mowbray and Warne, of course. And that's pretty much an identical record for Mowbray's managerial record against Rotherham. He's only managed against them 4 times. Won once, lost once, and drawn a couple. So it's very even between these two, of course, sides heading into this bad boy. Overall record, should I say, is favourable, of course, for Rovers because we've been up in the echelons for a reason, but for a while. 38 times these two sides played. 21 wins for Rovers, just 10 for Rotherham, and 7 bloody draws indeed. Kicking on forward, the last 6 though in all competitions, both home and away. 2 wins for Rovers, 1 for Rotherham, and 3 bloody draws. In fact, last time out it was a win for Rotherham at their place. Sammy Ajay on the score sheet, Ryan Williams. Sammy Ajay actually got a couple of goals there. Charlie Mulgrew and Amari Bell giving Rovers a bit of hope, but ultimately no good. Last time out, Ewood Park, it was a draw. It was Michael Smith on the score sheet, Bradley Dacarino as well. Last time Rovers were victorious against Rotherham in any old competition was back in 2017 in League One. It's been a while, folks, but the last 6 at Ewood between these two sides has been 5 wins for Rovers, just the 1 draw, and that draw was last time around, of course. So hopefully we can get to one of those impressive wins there. Maybe something like that happened back in 2002 in the League Cup as Rovers came out on top with a 4-0 Bobby Dazzler. Before we wrap this baby up, let's take a look at the strengths and weaknesses for both of these sides heading into this. Rovers coming into this, of course, their key strengths is counter-attacks, also creating long shot opportunities, also using through balls, finishing scoring chances and protecting the lead. As for our weaknesses, defending set pieces, defending against attacks down the wings, stopping opponents from creating chances. On the flip side, we also like to play possession football and play short passes, and also allow opponents to play aggressively against us. As for Rotherham, the visitors, of course, attacking through set pieces is their strength, creating scoring chances, stealing the ball from the opposition, and aerial duels. They're up there with their rankings as well. Rotherham's weaknesses are keeping the possession of the ball, avoiding individual errors, avoiding fouling in dangerous areas, and protecting the lead. They're also, their style of play is long balls, play with width, take a lot of shots, play the offside drive, and rotate their first 11. So before we wrap this sucker up, let's take a little look at some of the players that have played for both Blackburn Rovers and Rotherham. Most recently, Richie Smallwood, of course. The King is now at, where is he? At Hull, doing very, very well for himself there. Tom Lawrence as well, former Rover, former Rotherham player as well. Matty Derbyshire as well. Any other one recent there? Leon Worster's up there as well. I think those are your most recent ones. Of course, who's your favourite? Put your comments in the old description or down there in the old chat section down below. Well, elsewhere in the Championship, let's take a look at what else, the other key numbers that matter here. Here are some stats and figures for you. Championship Central, of course. The key team with the most possession so far this season is Norwich, averaging about 57.8% per game. Huddersfield are in second there, 57.2. Rovers are in third, doing well in that regard. Meanwhile, the most aggressive side, Sheffield Wednesday, still lead the charge there, 32 yellows, 5 reds. Rotherham up to third in that, 32 yellows, 2 reds to boot. As for the aerial duels, Cardiff lead the charge there, 60% of all aerial duels won by them. Birmingham second, Stoke third, Preston fourth, Rovers in fifth. As for shots per game, Rovers are still in second, 15.6, just behind Norwich, of course, the leaders, 16.6 shots per game. As for pass accuracy, Norwich lead the charge on that one. Reading not too far away either. Huddersfield, Brentford and Rovers make up the top 5. As for what's going on this week, of course, double match week, again, as it always is in the Championship. Kicking place off today. I'm a little bit behind the times here. So QPR will take on Stoke earlier today. Bristol City will take on Millwall, of course. Nottingham Forest against Sheffield Wednesday. Must-win game for both of those two sides. Bournemouth against Wickham, of course, as well. Then it's Barnsley against Preston. Watford against Brentford as well. Into tomorrow, though, we have Derby, Swansea, Middlesbrough, Luton, Cardiff, Birmingham, Reading against Norwich, and, of course, Coventry against Huddersfield. But the game of the week is, of course, at Ewood Park as Rovers take on Rotherham. Speaking of the table, even though I didn't even mention the table, Norwich lead the charge with 3 points clear of Bournemouth, who are level or pretty much neck and neck, or very, very close to Swansea, Watford, Reading and Brentford, of course. And then, of course, the chasing bloody pack. As for the foot of the table, Sheffield Wednesday, Wickham and Derby going down on paper, legitimately. Rotherham not too far away either. Must-win game for them, of course, this week. Rovers sitting 12th for the win for them. Mathematically, we could go up to 9th, and then maybe we can start to really believe again. But ultimately, my belief has been winded, of course. Let's take a look at the top goal scorers out in the Championship at the moment. It is Ivan Toney right now. He's got his nose in front of Adam Armstrong, who is in second. Lucas Jallow is gaining on them all. Pookie as well, with Pookie Power not too far away either. Solanke, Moore, Woodrow, Sinclair, Ayew and Maite. As for the most assists, Elise Martin to follow, Tyrese Campbell doing bits as well, and Bewenda as well for for Norwich City there, of course. And before we get out of it, let's take a little look at, of course, what's been going on social media then, shall we? Let's take a little look at the brfcs.com forum. A bit late to the party here, there's quite a lot of messages, so feel free to get in there. Darren Rover kicked us all off with, after a thoroughly depressing week of football, 3 games and a solitary point game, we welcome the Millers to Ewood Park on Wednesday. They've struggled so far this season, particularly away, where they've only won once in 9 outings. They also picked up their second win since October yesterday, turning over Bristol City at the New York Stadium. Rovers team selection causes that many conundrums over the park. I really wouldn't know where to start other than Kaminsky in goal and Elliott fitted in somewhere. I hope our intrepid leader keeps his mouth well and truly shut to any form of media for the foreseeable future so that he doesn't inflict any further inadvertent damage to our club and supporter morale. Oh, cliche it may be, but if there ever was a must-win game, it should apply here. Let's take a look at Tyrone's shoelaces. If they can keep 11 on the pitch, it'll be a tough game. If we play against 10, we'll murder them. That's Tyrone shoelaces. Meanwhile, Hoochie Buluchi Mama said this: the 4 remaining games in December are very winnable, starting with this one. Stoke is potentially the toughest, but Rotherham, Sheffield Wednesday and Huddersfield are all below us in the league. Huge opportunity again before the new year to get in and around the top 6. That's a bit of positivity there. Sparks Rover said, we all know this is a 3 or 4 job against one of the division's weaker teams. Mowbray's problem is, if we stop beating the so-called lower teams, then we have a problem. Let's kick on further down here. LD Rover said, no doubt in my mind that we will win this must-win game. The next 4 games are also very winnable on paper, so 11 points, the minimum requirement to keep close to the business. And these guys are so full of belief, I don't believe it. Meanwhile, Tom Phil said this: return of the flak track bully boys. I don't know. In-game changes and subs again. Elliott moves around all 6 non-defensive positions. Tony hailed as a championship pep again by his fan club. Rovers 3, Millers 0. Gavilar Somerset Rover said, few too many Mercer-esque predictions here for my liking. Only lost 2 on the trot so far. Mowbray's Winland runs usually last a game or 2 longer, which makes me nervous. Meanwhile, Rovers fan 99 said, I do wonder what changes we can make without severely impacting the team. Armstrong and Elliott certainly can't be dropped. Gallagher isn't convincing, but would Dolan or Chapman really improve us? Neither Rothwell nor Holtby has nailed down a place. Maybe bringing Downing for probably Holtby, but the likes of Buckley and Davenport wouldn't improve us. Tribal may be a consideration, but Johnson has been our best midfielder this season, 100%. Douglas would perhaps warrant dropping, but I wouldn't want to see Bell come back in if we know he isn't good enough. His team is Kaminsky, Nyambi, Lenihan, Ayala and Douglas, Johnson, Downing and Rothwell, Elliott, Armstrong and Gallagher up top. Pretty much close to me. Where Ewood H has gone with pretty much me, but he's got Lenihan at the back there. Davenport coming in as well. Downing, Elliott, Rothwell, Dolan and Armstrong reverting to an old school formation there. And of course, look at this guy. This guy's got 3, 6, 9, 10. He's only got 10 men on the pitch. Chatty Rovers, sort it out, mate. Where's your super sub there? We will win this because Moby will have to put a shift in after 1 point. He will have to put a shift. Well, really, he would, but will he? Will he really? Does it really matter? JH Rover said, we will win this one, but it won't be easy or comfortable. Expect another single goal victory, probably 1-0. Pressure will be mounting on Moby after 3 games and 1 point, so he'll recover the situation here, followed by a tame defeat at Stoke on Saturday to keep us muddling along. Rotherham are a handful, but the rail record is abysmal. If it was at their place, I'd be backing them, but we should have enough. Just a mid-table game. Couldn't care less now. That's Dukes. Goodness gracious me. And let's kick it all off on the back end here with Joey Big Nose. He goes, have to win this one. It begins to feel like the wheels have fallen off. Bad news for us if they can play 3 at the back, so we will surely do that as they did against Bristol City. We'll really struggle when that happens. What's worrying is all the teams below us now and Birmingham, 6 games total, can play 3 at the back. I personally don't think we can just play 4-3-3 and hope we can bulldoze through. We need a plan B desperately, as we will definitely need it in the run-in, maybe as soon as Wednesday. I change up to 3-4-3 for the start of the game, and then the option to switch to a 4-3-3 mid-game if required. I think we need to get some time in a new system under our belt against a supposedly weaker team. He's gone with a 3-4-3. What do you think about that? And of course, the other comments in there. Be sure to check out the brfcs.com forum, and also feel free to comment down here. Anyway, that's it. That's pretty much it, boys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. If you're new, bang your subscribe to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. Did we get Digicast in? If not, Digicast, show me what you're talking about. to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe, of course, and we will not have a watch-along for this one. I've got fellas in the house, and I just think I've been a bad luck with my watch-alongs of recently, so I'm going to kibosh them for the time being. Maybe we'll be back. I don't know when we'll be back. Maybe for Boxing Day. I don't bloody know. But anyway, be sure to give this video some love and smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe. In fact, if we do a watch along this week, it will just be on Twitch. I don't think I will do the full gun salute on YouTube. But that's it. Be sure to give the video some love in, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Again, we'll have coverage post match as well, reaction, review, and then of course kicking on forward to Stoke on Saturday. That's it, my friends. Be sure to give the video some love, and I'll see you all on the other side.